見えないルールの上で踊ってるステップで崩れて苦境をつなぎ止める最終ベルが鳴り出す浮かぶ思いの情景にはさ君がいるんだよ笑ってるんだよ許してくれないよ求めていないよそれでもまだ We fly and over 取り戻したい未来壊したい世界あげたいしたい願いから未来奪われからって理想が繰り返すゲーム手に抜けてく日常を誰であなただけ立っているのがやっとかなそのない黒見えないルールの上で踊ってるステップで崩れて苦境をつなぎ止める最終ベルが鳴り出す浮かぶ思いの情景にはさ君がいるんだよ笑ってるんだよ許してくれないよ求めていないよそれでもまだ We fly and over 取り戻したい未来壊したい世界あげたいしたい願いから未来を進む I wish you the fly 光と闇の先重なってまた夜がつくよその先を信じてみような 思いの情景にはさ君がいるんだよ笑ってるんだよ許したくないよ求めていないのそれでもまだ My wish is to end this world 取り戻したい未来壊したい世界あげたいしたい願いから全部進む I wish you the fly 光と闇の先重なってまた夜がつくよ会えるよ終わるよ全部先で描いた運命だからこの声が聞こえ
Alright, welcome back everybody to ANZT13 Summer, rounding out the, I believe, the second last match of the losers finals bracket. We have what seems to be rounding out to be a bit of an underdog matchup. One side, red team, we have JordanaNatalieFanfic up against Snail Treaders. Obviously, JordanaNatalieFanfic having both Box and Jordan LR7. Snail Shredders having Rail and Ardo, who have, honestly, kind of, seeding-wise, it's not an offset, but I think they have come quite far in this tournament. I believe JordanaNatalieFanfic seed 22, but that's completely fake because Jordan just did not exist in that qualifiers on purpose, I believe, or just maybe didn't want to play. But yeah, casting this match is going to be Vorty, and I'm joined alongside once again by Lust. What are your thoughts here?
Now, my thoughts on this matchup, I think it's going to be a very tough one for Snail Shredders to win. I don't know if we're going to see, even as rough as this is to say, I don't know if we're going to see even a point taken by Snail Shredders, because JordanaNatalieFanfic, I mean, at the end of the day, you're going up against a secret box who is unarguably one of the best, if not the best tournament players behind MREC in Australia. And then JixieW, Jordan LR7, has been there since the beginning, sort of Australia's, prominent tournament history. And it's an incredibly scary team. Obviously, the seed is completely fake. Jordan was actually in Japan when qualifiers were on. So he played on it. He played laser on his phone.
On his phone.
So C22 is a fake seed, and it does, I think it is a very, very hard match to try and win here. We'll see JordanaNatalieFanfic banning Control 5. Then Snail Shredders banning Tap 1 and Control 2. And then ending off the Gimmick 3 ban.
Devastating Gimmick 3 ban. Hate to see it. Would make sense though, because if there's anything that JordanaNatalie is going to ban, it's going to be a reading map that they haven't practiced. It's probably one of the easiest ways to lose a point if you are the favorite in a matchup on pretty much any kind of mechanics or aim or tapping. So if they just haven't bothered to practice, it's a pretty long freeze frame map as well. Fair to see the ban. Snail Treaders going with the Tap 1 ban, very, very fair. You do not want to let Box have anything to do with the stream map, and Control 2, so getting out the hidden tech.
Honestly, Control 2 is a bit of a disappointing ban for me. That map is probably my favorite in the pool at the moment. And I mean, after watching MREC's Near FC on it yesterday, I was very interested to see what a secret box could do on this map. But they have unfortunately banned it, but we are seeing an aim 4 pick come out. Now, this is sort of setting the tone. A fast DT aim pick. And they're sort of going to try and skill cap push Team Snail Shredders, I believe, as early on as they can.
I mean, for sure, it's also, I think, a case of, you mentioned Box, likely the second best tournament player in Australia behind MREC. Can basically play everything. Will be able to play everything in this pool to a high level. Jordan, obviously, at its peak, one of the best players in this kind of skill set, going to be very comfortable at this. Their picks are going to be more in line with what are maps both players are going to be very comfortable on. It's going to be tapping. It's going to be things like this as well, the DTA mechanics. But I think, fortunately, for the side of Snail Shredders, Rail should have a pretty good time on this. Ardo, I mean, he just came from playing a DT1 in the 5WC quals lobby he was in before this. So he's going to be warm on this, but might be a little bit skill capped.
And already we will see that Rail being the first break, and Ardo struggling the accuracy, also finding that break early on. Already looking a little bit dire for the side of Snail Shredders. Jixie and a secret box, both exactly the same accuracy, 98.7%. And still have seen getting to his first Ki now.
More than just the combos, the accuracy, the comfort, these two players on the side of Team Fanfic would just have no issues at all. Really, really difficult for the majority of players to just jump in on a map like this and have a good time with the accuracy, but they are more than capable as Ardo and Real find some more struggles. Dixie is going to find a miss, so it's just going to be Box left on the full combo, but never mind. He's also gone. Lots of damage done already though, with a 50k score lead.
At the halfway point in the map now, and we are seeing a very noticeable lead in the favor of Jixi in a secret box. Jixi does find that break, and that combo lead is actually in the advantage of Rail at the moment. Rail looking more comfortable than he was earlier on, about 97.4, the biggest combo in the lobby, but Ardo only about 92%, and not too much combo to show for it either.
Good accuracy from Ardo. I mean, Rail has built back up, almost matching Jixi right now. But they're going to need a lot of combo here in this last section of the map to have a chance. It's technically possible, but it's going to require a Herculean effort. Nobody missing on those build-up jumps into this last hard part of the map. Consistent spacing. It's going to be Ardo as the first to fall. Rail is still doing his best to try to make this possible, but with that break, seals this pick. It's Jixi, Box holding onto these recoveries. Have done very well here with their first pick.
We see that Jixi miss here to the ending. Only about 15 seconds left, but not going to matter too much. 65,000 score advantage. The secret box still nearly 99% now, and 600 combo, looking incredibly comfortable.
Really just a little bit of a trip up in the middle of the map, finding a few consecutive misses, but then covering very well. And gives them their first point on the board. As we go into, I think it's going to be more interesting. I think some of the picks on the side of Fanfic are going to be pretty expected. It's going to be tapping. It's going to be high-end mechanics. But what do Snail Shredders pick? And they start off with the Gimmick 2. So going for the hidden perfect stack barrel roll map here. Now they did very, very well on the Gimmick 2 last week, I believe.
Well, I'm looking at Rail download the map right now, so...
Oh,
that's not
no shot.
What you want to see. Maybe a little bit of mind games coming out of Rail, possibly, but downloading sight reading Gimmick 2 would not be what you want.
It would not be ideal for your first pick, which probably had some mind games. You deleted the map right before the match. Want to get in your opponent's head, lull them into a sense of security. And if there is going to be any kind of map where Snail Shredder is going to have a good chance of winning, it's going to be a gimmick map if they have practiced it a lot and their opponents haven't. And Box is saying this is terrorism. It could also be capping and has actually practiced the map. I'd say that's probably more likely, but we'll find out.
I think they are very much lying right now. I would not surprise me at all if they are both hardcore lying.
All war is deception. Everybody hears. Actually, wait, never mind. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're not. We'll find out if that stays. I think we saw a similar thing when this map was picked yesterday, where a bunch of drops were early, but then people kind of recovered. So they're doing so right now. Rail with the first larger combo break. Another miss there as well. And the accuracies, man, from Rail and Ardo kind of struggling right now. They'll likely try to get back into the rhythm as the map goes on.
Maybe that map download wasn't a lie. I used sight reading. This accuracy department on the side of Snail Shredders and combo situation too is just non-existent right now. Jixi and the secret box actually looking decently comfortable after their small stumbles at the very start, but 95% almost apiece, and they both have the same combo now.
Yeah, I mean, this is already looking bleak. The accuracies have built back up for Rail and Ardo. They have assimilated a little bit better. But Jixi and Box were clearly prepared. Jixi is going to find a pretty noticeable miss, but matched by Rail. Box is well breaking, so that's going to ease the bleeding a little bit as Ardo is holding onto this recovery. The accuracy difference, though, is already quite vast. And that's making up for a large chunk of the score differential.
We're going to see quite a few misses coming out of a secret box now, but it is matched by Rail and Ardo. Jixie now the only form of combo in the map. Everyone missing apart from Jixie. And again, that accuracy advantage for a secret box in Jixie is just so far ahead of Ardo and Rail. 88% and 91% compared to 295s. And no combo advantage as well. Definitely not doing them favors. 80,000 score the difference. We will see a full combo reset across the entire board though.
Huge lead already. Good chunk of the map left to go, but this isn't really the type of map where you're miraculously gonna just be able to just figure it out. It's likely gonna be, this is just how the rest of the map plays out. And I still think, given their opponents, this is the type of map you'd want to pick. But needed to be more prepared. But even then, saying that, Jixie box was clearly ready. Ooh, rough reads here.
Everyone misreading this section pretty badly. And seeing just misses left, right, and center.
This ending is
It's absolutely
very,
brutal.
very hard.
Unfortunately, this pick not panning out in the way of Snail Shredders. Not what you really want to see for your first pick. Losing by currently 130k.
Yeah, I mean, probably just hoping that Box and Jixie had completely not played this map at all. I think had that been the case, they likely would have had a good chance of winning it, but that did not end up being the case, and they lose their first pick, giving early breakpoint over to the side of Fanfic. This makes it more crazy in retrospect. I think yesterday, had Drox played this map? Like,
I believe
Who
Drox
does
did
Drox
practice
play
this
this
map a bit,
He did
but
practice
he
it,
did
okay.
incredibly well, like in
Yeah,
comparison to what we've just seen out of these two teams. Yesterday's matches, both teams really
now
did incredibly
Ardo
well.
is saying that they might have actually been side reading, which if that was the case, it's a bold first pick. Because at that point, your best case scenario is hoping you can outside raid your opponent, which is still a rough gambit to play. And Fanfic, unsurprisingly, lean right into the speed map, something they're both going to be very good on. And I think a notable weakness on the side of Snail Shredders for tapping is going to be Ardo, not as comfortable on these kinds of maps, especially as we're reaching these skill caps. We already saw Ardo struggling with the tapping maps last weekend, and even more so here. Rail is going to be able to keep up decently, but you have Vox, you have Jordan, it's going to be tough.
Secret Box saying that it was so unplayable, yet he did pretty much hit the majority of the ending compared to the rest of the lobby, so classic a Secret Box lob.
If it's on an FC.
If it's not an FC, it's unplayable, as they say.
So breakcore type of map. Silverbox has a lot of these kinds of maps, and they often are very, very fun to play. If you're a tapping enjoyer.
Jixie struggling a bit on this accuracy here, actually matching with Ardo, and a Secret Box did find a very early miss, so the score is neck and neck at the moment.
Currently, very, very close. Ardo finding some more act drops, down to 84% now, as Jixie is recovering. Ardo going to be the first to get a big break, matched by Box though, and Rail follows right after. So now it's Jixie on the 92%, holding the remaining FC. In this kind of map, you can often start off decently, but as the map drags on, it really differentiates who are the real tappers. Jixie going to drop that full combo now as Rail and Ardo building up those recoveries, but man, the accuracy, I think Ardo is sort of reached the limit as Rail trying to do his best here, but it's already a 30k score gap, and only increasing to the side of Fanfic. Oh, rough miss there. Quieter section from Ardo.
Rail doing his best to match his Secret Box at the moment. Does have a 500 combo now. And nearly 96% accuracy. Almost matching that score perfectly, but Jixie on the secondary score, just absolutely blowing Ardo out of the water at the moment. Nearly doubling Ardo's score.
I mean, this is sort of the expected result of a pick like this. Jixie's going to find a pretty noticeable break there, but Box still holding onto that combo, and with the Rail dropping Ardo following right behind, 30 seconds of the map left. Pretty much over for Snail Shredders here on this pick. Box, 98% act, very, very impressive.
Jixie deciding to curse the dance for the rest of the map for some reason.
A little curse to dance.
A little bit toxic, but
yeah, they have some score of a nice score buffer to play with.
On a Secret Box.
Box.
Seeing the rest of that map, 1,000 combo right at the end there. I'm taking that fairly comfortably, 85k. Now, what goes through your head here when you're Snail Shredders? What do you really have left that you can sort of say, yeah, maybe I can squeeze out a point against someone?
I think you do not pick a sight read gimmick.
Well, I wouldn't.
That's not the move.
Probably wouldn't do that myself either.
I would not sight read a hidden perfect stack map. Alternatively, I mean, I think you have to just go for it. It's always the case whenever you're up against a tough opponent. You just have to pick maps you're comfortable with. Whatever maps in the pool that both Ardo and Rail feel they can get a pretty good score on, those are the ones you pick. Kind of just stop worrying about what your opponent is going to be good at, because they're going to be good at a lot of things. And they go for the gimmick 4.
Okay.
So going for the more, I would say, approachable gimmick in the sense that you don't need a lot of practice on it, but a couple plays to just get familiar with these very unusual mods, Grow and Deflate. That will help a lot. Hopefully they're not sight reading.
Good news, they're not sight reading. I did see they do all have the map downloaded.
Maps, huge. Massive. Map itself, though, other than the unusual mods, is a pretty standard mechanics map, mostly aim, burst.
Grow from a Secret Box and Rail, and Deflate from Jixie and Ardo.
Alright, so one of each mod per team. Very nice balance. It's actually nice to see, honestly, because with a map like this, well, I guess cooling this kind of slot, it's so hard to know if it's actually balanced, if the player is gonna feel if, you know, one mod is significantly easier to read than the other, but it seems to be that, yeah, it's just kind of preference, which one is more comfortable.
I think Ardo choosing Deflate simply because it is a higher AR. AR 8.4 as opposed to AR 9.8. I think AR 8.4 would be a little bit too low for him to play.
For sure. I think if you're a better reading player, I think Grow is going to be easier, because the Grow mod itself, I think, is easier than Deflate. But obviously you have the approach rating there to make it more uncomfortable. And Rail...
Oh no.
Ooh. Oh, I think
Rail is definitely sight reading.
Now, I will say, if this is sort of how this approach rating on Grow looks like, if you haven't figured out the rhythm. Once you kind of pick up on the rhythm, it's a lot more comfortable, as he seems to be doing right now, but that's why the practice matters. Ardo dropping as well, looking pretty decent on the accuracy, but you see Jixie as well, just dropped to 99%. Box also FCing on the grow. Really good scores here right now from the intro. And a beautiful double miss, but not up against the combos, so not much to worry about for them.
Rail definitely struggling with this mod. Understandably, looking like he's sight reading 80% accuracy. He has brought that accuracy back a little bit, but looking around 80% and no combo to show for it. 25k score. A little bit dire for the side of Snail Shredders.
I mean, I think if you're not practiced on the grow, deflate is just going to be the better option to go. You can honestly sight read deflate, and it's not going to be that bad. It's not going to be great, but it'll be more than 80% at, most likely. This Box building up a very good recovery here, above 300 now. Never mind, that is gone. Jixie found a miss as well, but they already have a nice 48% lead. Ardo doing a pretty good job on the deflate, actually overtaking Jixie right now. With that very nice recovery combo. Fortunately, we'll need a lot more.
Yeah, unfortunately, Rail just definitely unable to play this mod, and it's a little bit of a rough one. Because again, this is their pick. They have picked both gimmicks now and are sight reading both of them, as it seems. It's not exactly what you want to be doing going up against a team that is as powerful as Jixie and a secret box. So, really interesting decisions, but
yeah, I mean, I'd be surprised if Ardo is sight reading. Seems to be doing decently well, but maybe they just picked this hoping that he could make up the difference if Rail had not practiced this, but not the case. And it's blocks Jixie, as you'd kind of expect, pretty good. There we go. Ardo as well hitting that last difficult section. Overtakes Jixie by a small margin on the deflate. But the difference between Box and Rail on the grow far too great, as they're now up 4-0 going into the next pick. Kind of was expecting to see more tapping, honestly, until the tapping pool is pretty much depleted.
yeah, I think it's fairly safe bet for JordanaNatalieFanfic to choose whatever they feel like. It's not too much left that I can see Snail Shredders being able to compete on at all. Yeah, it is a bit of a rough position for Snail Shredders, because I mean, obviously, as you can tell, not as much practice on the pool, and then you're going up against an absolute powerhouse team. What is there really left to do? Now, this map, Aim 3, if this isn't practiced, Ardo downloading the map, oh no. See, this is not a map you want to be sight reading. The aim is very, the aim is very deceptive with the name Aim 3. Because this is very much a tapping map when it comes to the ending.
Yeah, I mean, the ending, obviously tapping it with a burst, before that, it still just comes down to uncomfortable, wide angle, hidden density aim. Which, honestly, if you're good at that skill set, you can at least sight read that part of the map. But the ending is going to be very, very tough if you're not ready for it. And he likely won't. The big circles in this map does make it a bit more forgiving. Jixie going to be the first to break here in the intro. But it's going to be just the patterns, the shapes, so awkward. It would be hidden. right now, Snail Shredders doing good in this section. Both Ardo and Rail holding, they have the lead for now. And especially with that additional break from Jixie, they are going to need to get as much score as they possibly can because the ending is not going to be forgiving for them. Jixie finding another break, but Ardo is going to match it. Now Rail, the last FC as Box misses, and they really have a chance here, depending on how well they do in the ending section. 20k scoring the lead now. Rail finding another miss, but Jixie finding some breaks of his own. Ardo now dropping, they're losing some score, and this ending is going to be the test for them. How well can they do on these bursts?
I mean, about 35 seconds left in the map, and it's deceptive, this score. It does look very scary for the side of JordanaNatalieFanfic, but this tapping that's about to come into play, I believe will catch Ardo off guard completely with him sight rating this.
Oh, he hits the first, and he hits the second.
Jordan being the first
More
to drop,
prepared.
actually. Ardo does drop as well. Ardo finding quite a few misses now. That score is coming back very quickly. Rail drops. Ardo finding many misses. A secret box still holding. And that score.
Man, Box in
Wow,
this
that
ending.
score. Box.
The accuracy.
That guy is not real. Hitting that entire ending and just absolutely stealing that score.
Yeah, I mean, not even comboing is one thing, but being able to get through that ending section, barely dropping any 100s, very, very impressive. And Rail and Ardo not able to do the same, as they just dropped way too much score in that ending section. And maybe a less decisive pick than some of their others, but still a point on the board as they go up 5-0. And Snail Shredders, I think the only gimmick left is... I don't think Gimmick 1 is banned. So that's
Gimmick
open,
1 is
but I don't-
unbanned. They can play Gimmick 1, but
I don't think they want to play it, so they gotta
Yeah.
go for non-gimmick. They're gonna go for the aim one, which I think honestly is a fair pick. It's just something we'll both be able to play. It's kind of RNG.
But we get into banger territory, ladies and gentlemen. Fucking Friday, even though it's a Sunday. Jordan flaming the MP3. That guy has issues. We are actually, I'm looking at Rail download the map again, so terrible play.
Somebody needs to get a 195 BPM K-pop song to put in Jordan's MP3 right now. Well, if that's the case. Not too much to say about the map. It's a range efficiency map, has some things in it, but really not the hard part at all. I'll be playing
I got
0%
0% audio. I'm gonna have some words with this man after this stream. How
It's
dare you?
it's funny because yesterday you said this is one of your favorite maps, and not even just this tournament, but in all of OSU. Now over here, Jordan desecrating the name.
He might actually be playing with 0% audio, which is the thing. Jordan is the type of person to do that, so
I feel like even if you don't like the song, it's got to be pretty rough to play with 0% audio. But Box going to find a break. Ardo found a miss earlier as well. Here's those two combos on Jordan Rail left.
Box finding another break as well. A bit uncharacteristic for him to find multiple breaks or something. Finding another one as well. Rail's still holding that FC though with Jixie. Ardo actually beating his secret box. So on the side of Snail Shredders, they are in the lead. As I do say, Ardo will find that miss. But they're still very slightly in the advantage. Rail with a 9, as I say, does lose that FC unfortunately.
Man. And especially with the trade from Jixie, had Rail held on, but because of that Jixie break, they still have pretty much an even situation here right now. With that chain miss though, the score line does flip over the side of Fanfic with Box in all of these patterns, and every miss is some score lost. Jixie finding a break for himself.
Finding another few misses as well. That score Just flickering around the 5k mark. Rail and Ardo building up combos now, but a secret box 400 combo. And the accuracy lead for the lobby as well. Ardo does find that break. Unfortunately, the secret box does lose his combo, so everyone's starting to miss though. Full combo reset across the board.
Everybody finding struggles in this map. Rail missing, Jixie mashing right after. Ardo and Box building a similar recovery right now, but it's just this roughly 5 to 6k score lead that Fanfic has been holding on to. Every extra miss from the side of Snail Shredders only increases the lead.
Now 12k score difference now. Jixie is struggling with this combo though, and that accuracy, actually the lowest by a decent margin. A secret box 99.3, 400 combo is slightly in advantage of both, but that score is starting to creep back. Rail does lose that combo that he had though, and that score. Rail finding another break. Ardo holding on though, 98.5 and a decent combo. Trying his best to match a secret box.
We need to find a miss from Box though, if this Ardo combo is to matter in the end. And with that miss from Ardo, traded by Box right after, basically missing on the exact same pattern. But that is a benefit to Fanfic, as they are the ones to the lead.
Jixie locking in on the ending here, does have the highest combo now and is hitting every single note. Everyone missing repeatedly, but Jixie still holding through this ending. And that score just growing. Jixie does finally find that break, but everyone else also combo resetting at the exact same moment. So very comfortably taking this now. 30k the advantage to the side of Jordana. And looking like there's going to be no slowing down.
I mean, compared to their other picks, which were gimmick orientated, this one ended up being closer. 100% they had a chance, but did not work out their way, unfortunately, as Box in this ending hits the last 280 combo. Closes out another win for them as they enter match point. Now, that makes me feel like Yo can't hit anything fast. They have the opportunity to seal the deal here. They are on a hot streak, going to their pick. Now their pick on Hidden 3, I mean not Hidden 3, I mean Aim 3, Hidden Density map, ended up being more close than some of their other picks. And they do go for the top 5, so going for something that I think is going to be more favored as they go into the anti-mod stream map. So your pick between 6.5 precision on these streams or AR8 CS5 hidden.
Rail downloading this map again. Oh my days.
Well, at least to be fair, this map just go for the hard rock option. It's a fine side read. If you can play precision streams, you can play it. If you can't, it's gonna be tough anyway. So not too bad. I assume, I mean, honestly, both Box and Jordan could just go for the hard rock on this. If anybody is going to take the hidden on the side of Fanfic, it's going to be Box for sure.
If you're interested to know, I'm looking at 4 hiddens right now.
4 hiddens?
4 hiddens.
Really? Interesting. Interesting. Now, I will say, if you can read AR8 hidden, that's the option to go. Because the streams just become a lot easier to actually hit. It's pretty punishing with the 6.5, but surprising to see. Oh, never mind, they're going with the hidden hard rock. So it's actually, yeah, it's basically the hard rock. Jixie and Real, that's the hidden.
It's absolutely baiting me. How dare they?
God, baited. I was gonna say, I was gonna be stunned if I saw the 4-way AR8.
Ardo Simply outclassing his secret box right now on the low AI hidden. Holding that FC and has higher accuracy too. Rail dragging a little bit on that hidden hard rock, but doing not so bad compared to Jixie as well. So this score is relatively close. Ardo, in a show right now. Does find that miss unfortunately, but he is matching, even beating a secret box on low AI hidden streams.
Now, it's... Am I blind? Okay, look at Box's play, and then go back to Ardo. I just feel like
Ardo's looks higher AR.
Ours looks higher AR, right?
Yeah.
That doesn't look like ARA.
Did Ardo potentially pick the wrong AR?
Could have maybe forgotten the AR, because that just does not, that blatantly does not look like AR hidden. It looks readable, which I can't.
You can't say that about a secret boxes compared to his. It does. Oh.
Now saying that, even if that was the case, regardless, Fanfic currently winning by 18k. Both players matching their corresponding mods, but I'll have to check the MP link after this pick is over to see if my eyes do not deceive me.
I'm 100% far more dense on the side of a secret box than it is on Ardo's side, but they will fairly comfortably take that point, about 45k, meaning we will see,
Let's see,
little sweep action, unfortunately, but Ardo's AR. Let's have a look.
He changed the accuracy.
He changed the accuracy.
No, he did not change the approach.
He changed
rating.
Accuracy.
I do like to think that he was playing that and was like, dude, did I just solve AR8 hidden? This is feeling good right now, dude. I'm kind of a beast. But there we go. Fanfic too strong. Regardless, they win the match 7-0 in decisive fashion as they move in the losers bracket to go up against, I believe it was Oive, which is Drox and Zintex. So that match gonna be a banger. And when is that one?
It's in about 2 hours, so not far off. About 2 hours time, you'll see a very, very interesting match.
And that one, no shot, that is going to be 7-0. No chance. So, stay tuned for that.
That will be all from myself, Lost, and Vorty. We will be back with you in about 2 hours, so stay peeled for that, but thank you all very much for watching this match. See you later.
Bye-bye.
Hang on. D-Gamer is saying that they are going to have to replay the map, so never mind. We might be watching that one again, actually.
Okay. I will say, I mean, had they won the pick, the replay is fair, but given that, I mean, yeah, we'll see.
They lost the pick even with the advantage. There's not, I don't think there's too much reason to replay it, but
Ardo is saying as well that probably drop score, which is obviously very fair. The AR8 is even if you're not expecting the AR8 hidden, it's just gonna be easier with the portraying of the base of the map. Ardo pretty much saying they can just concede a point. See what the ref ends up saying. Twiddling my thumbs, waiting for this.
okay. Ref agreeing. We'll do that. We will see no replay. Let me get that point. Back to Team Red.
And with that, GG's for real. And also, I mean, still, Rail and Ardo having a tough time in this match, but I think doing a fantastic job making it to top 6 in ANZT. Still something you can be super proud of to get this far. And good luck to Box and Jordan in their match in 2 hours.